Now let's move on to case number 5, or EGK, extrajudicial killing. We are poor and powerless. We cannot do anything about his death. So look at what's happened to here. Anong nangyari sa kanya? Ano? Naidugo. Then, tapos, namatay siya, no? So, next. So, alamin natin ano ang extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing is also known as extrajudicial execution. It is the killing of a person by governmental authorities or individuals without the sanction of any judicial proceeding or legal process. Extrajudicial punishments are by their nature unlawful, since they bypass the due process of the legal jurisdiction in which they occur. Extrajudicial killings often target leading political, trade union, dissident, religious, and social figures and may be carried out by the state government or the state authorities like the armed forces and police. So, ang police, kanang ginadakop nila tong mga bad na tao. Tapos, ang judicial killing, kay kanang wala siya process. In the Philippines, extrajudicial killing and forced disappearance are illegal execution, unlawful, or felonious killing. So, in the Philippines, sa atin ngayon, sa ating bansa, extrajudicial killing is illegal. Hindi siya legal. So, we have a story about extrajudicial killing. Probre lang mi. Wala mi mabuhat bahin sa iyang kamatayon, or we are poor and powerless, we cannot do anything about his death. So, my life story. Ang kinabuhi lisod, kung dili ka mulihok, mawanigod ka. Life is a constant struggle. So, I am a small-time food and owner in the cooperative store inside a sanatorium in Cebu. My daily income is just enough to complement the income of my husband. By mid-morning, I can already display my food preparation for medical personnel of the sanitarium compound residents and families, caregivers of patients admitted in the sanitarium to choose for their morning snacks. So, siya, kay namaligya siya sa gawa sa sanitarium. Tapos, iyang baligya kay kanang mga sari-sari store, tapos, ang mga tao na bumili sa kanya ay yung nagtatrabaho doon sa sanitarium hospitals. Then, Lino, my younger brother, would volunteer to help me out. I usually back ride him in his motorcycle in going to the market, and he willingly assist me in transporting goods for my store. So, si Lino ay kapatid niya. Siya yung naghahatid sundo sa babae kasi walang trabaho si Lino, isa na siyang habal-habal driver. Then, there are 3 of us with my older sisters who is also married. My mother is the one who is usually the only one left in the house, but in a week's time, she would usually commute, visit my elder sister, and look after her children. Also, Lino, our youngest, is a habal-habal driver. In the only one staying with my mother. We jokingly then tatlo lang sila magkakapatid. Si Lino, yung older sister niya, at kanyang mama. Mother is byuda. So, si Lino, iyang mama mo na po silang balay. Tapos, pagkahuman kay then, iyahang mother kay mo ato sa iyahang pumunta doon sa kanyang sister para alagaan yung mga apo niya. Then, we jokingly tease him about his status as a bachelor. I haven't heard anything about a girl, and he usually stays with his 2 drivers and friends at the main gate of sanitarium where they also wait for passengers. So, si Lino, hindi alam ng kanyang mga ate na may girlfriend na ba, may kasintahan ba si Lino. So, ginasungog nila si Lino. Then, si Lino, kay dito lang siya sa sanitarium para maghulat sa iya. Kung kinsa itong mga kanang gusto mo sakay sa iya, ha? Then, we thought that was his social life, but later on, that was also avenue for his problems in using and peddling drugs. I assume that this use and shabu will be started with his close friends among drivers and contacts among passengers. I only knew about it when I overheard my mother nagging him about his drug use. This was during the height of the tukhang around July-October 2016 of the General Bato and President Digong. So si Lino di ay nagagamit ni si Lino og drugs, tapos inakasabad siya sa iyang mama kay ngano kasabad man siya sa iyang mama. No drugs, bad man na mag-drugs, no, bawal masuko si Jesus og si kisa tong presidente. Og si police food masuko og si President Duterte. Then a new beginning aborted. Murag nagbago na si Lino. He was already processing his papers for a technical vocational work in Middle East after his TESDA training and NCCC2 accreditation. In fact, he already had his passport, visa, POAE, papers, and required medical exam result. He was slated for placement within 2 months' time. So si Lino, nagbago na si Lino. Muabruday na si Lino. Muato siya sa laing lugar. Ay para manarbaho. Then, the hit. During the fatal day, Lino stayed in the house and only brought, accompanied a niece to the main gate of the sanitarium. The incident happened on his return trip. The killers were able to monitor his movement and were able to strategize their plan and prepare the place. By convincing school children to immediately disperse, they dissuades them for staying in the place. So si Lino, ihatod niya ang iyang mga nisa pilahan. Tapos pagbalik, giatangan na si Lino og mga tao para patayon siya. Ngano patayon man si Lino? Di patay man si Lino. Nagamit og drugs. I heard about the incident when my neighbors told me about the ambush in the plaza. I was shocked and hysterical because I didn't expect him as the next victim after the 2 hits were made in the compound. I don't know about the specifics of these killings, but I was worried already that my younger brother might also be harmed. So, ang katong babay, ang isuon ni Lino, wala kabalo kung iyaha si Lino daytong na biktima, si Lino daytong napatay. Then, during that afternoon of assassination, I was in the store here at the co-op. It was around 4 and I was already wrapping up and about to close shop after a day's work. Initially, I was not concerned and I didn't even hear the shot and I didn't know about the commotion in the plaza. I heard from those who saw it that gunmen were wearing bonnets and were very methodical in their work. So, wala siya kabalo na, si Lino dito, wala siya kabalo na naaday ka nang nagpunusilay na dito nadungog lang to niya to sa naay ka ng mga tao nag-ingon sa iyaha. Then, I was hysterical and crying when I saw him in the emergency room of the sanitarium hospital. So, si Lino kay naadto sa hospital si Lino kay napusilan man si Lino. Ngano napusilan man si Lino? Nagamit siya og drugs. Then, those who were very near the kill zone immediately brought him to a Versley Child Sanitarium Hospital but was immediately referred to Don Vicente Soto Memorial Medical Center. So, niyato siya sa sanitarium na tapos kanang gi-refer siya sa laing hospital. Then, it took us almost an hour to transport him to ABS-CBN. I felt so powerless on what to do. I knew the wounds were fatal and we can't do anything about it. And I was crying all the way to the hospital. So wala sila kabalo unsa ring buhaton nila. Kay ang sama daw ni Lino kay kanang fatal na murag kanang duot daw kaayo. Then he is gone. They really made sure of that because of his fatal wounds. So ning anak tong doktor na wala na daw si Lino, patay na si Lino. Then community support. Then I didn't know he has many local friends and neighbors who commiserate with our family. So, wala sila kabalo na si Lino dahil kay daghang friends, kanang butan dito si Lino. Then, the 9-day novena was an opportunity for us to share and reflect. about his life and for our relatives, friends, and community to bring closer to this nightmare. It brought us to closer amidst the close. So, itong pagkapatay ni Lino kay nagpastaging ang iyang mga family, kapars nila, iyang mga family, iyang mga friends, kay hindi nga to silang balay para makiramay. Tapos dito sila, tungod ato na ko, naging close sila sa ilang mga relatives. Then, I always keep on myself busy with my sari-sari food stand in the cold center. And also to focus on my family. Perhaps this is the way of coping, and my mother also tried to divert her attention and go my sister's house in Mandaue City. Instead of just merely staying in the house and in the process concentrated in caring for her grandchildren and doing related household chores. So, para makup nila katong kasakit na namatay na ilahang igsuon o namatay ang anak sa ilang mama, kay ang babae kay nagabaligya na siya, iyang ikuan iyang attention dito asa iyang baligya, tapos iyang mama adto sa iyang ate kay para dili nila makuha na ilang kaguol na nawala na nila ilang igsuon o iyahang anak. So next, mo na siya. So ngano i-stop man nato ang killings. So kailangan siya ma-stop kasi kailangan siya og kanang process. Murag kailangan siya process para dili dapat patayon dito ang kanang nakasala. Dapat na pa siya process para may bala na to kung kana siya ba na tinuod ba na siya nagagamit dyan na siya or nagakuan dyan na siya. Then there's a lot of different problem that everyone face in everyday living. Extrajudicial killing is a huge and harmful process from both individuals and family, also in the community. So ang judicial killing kay kanang harmful siya dili lang sa isa ka tao kundi sa iyahang pamilya o sa isa ka community. So counseling is one of the ways to help individuals' problems. Individualized outcomes measures on problem-solving counseling should the problem-solving ability among the subject of the client. So that counseling is very important, and it is not easy because it has a long process to overcome those problems. Counseling provided by trained professionals can make profound impact on the lives of individuals, families, and communities. So ang counseling, isa na siya ka way para matabangan nato katong mga family or mga friends niya na madawat katong nahitabo kay Lino. Madawat sa iyang mama, madawat sa iyang ate na wala na si Lino. So counseling is one of the process. So stop judicial killing, stop the killing. So that's the end.